Hello everyone, welcome back to another video and another locomotive review. Today we'll be taking a look at the beautiful Caledonia Works Class 700s, also known as the Drummond 700s. So in this pack, as you can see, again I've only got half of it. I've got a few more sitting at the station where we will be taking one of the particular class, one of the liveries from this pack for a bit of a ride. Then after that, when we get to Highwood, I'll then flip over to a Wikipedia page showing you the history, how many were built and all that, and then looking at the manual, and we'll close the video there. But first, let me show you around these beautiful locos, or rather quirky locos. Anyway, what I have here is the British Railways version up to Southern here and here. I'll go down to the very early British Railways versions. So here you go, you've got the Gill Sands and the Sunshine livery. They look quite nice. They look really nice. Again, from Caledonia Works, the modelling and textures, you can just tell it's going to be a very good model due to the the modelling and textures and all the smoke effects and whatnot. They look brilliant. As I said, these were designed by Drummond. The early versions looked closely to his, I believe, the Jumbo class, which is for the Caledonian Railway. These are sort of the same locos, but for the southern region. And I'll get on to why they have this smoke box and compared to the original smoke box a bit later. But we'll just have a look around. They're absolutely lovely. Again, these locos are fully customizable in terms of headlamps, chimneys, smoke box doors, whistles, you name it, it can do it. But they're gorgeous. Primarily, these locos were freight locos, so you won't see them in much of any other livery apart from black, I believe, Southern unlined, and I think I've got Southern unlined. I think that's what that is. No, that's the Monsell unlined. It's a bit confusing in terms of liveries for me. I'm not too great with liveries. I have a general idea, but I'm not 100% clued up. But I believe this one is the Monsell unlined. You can tell that because of the number plate, and I believe this one is the Southern lined, or they could both be Monsell. I think they're both Monsell. One's unlined. Sorry, one's unlined. The other one is lined. Yeah, I mean they look superb though. They look superb. If you're probably wondering, they also look a bit like the Greyhounds. That's because Drummond also designed the Greyhounds as well, hence why they have sort of familiarity with the smokebox doors, with the coning. You can see that. Get up close. Yeah, the sort of cone of the smokebox, as well as the brackets at the bottom to keep it shut. That's superb. I love the bits. Absolutely love them. Yeah, you got the, I believe the bullied. Yeah, I think these two are the bullied livery. That one is a bit, well, I say confusing. It stumped me because I think this one's called the SR unlined, bullied unlined S prefix. Now, it's a bit of a grey area when it comes to prefixes. I don't know whether it means superheated or Southampton. That's just me throwing out what I think it could be. If you know what it is, please tell me in the comments. I'll be grateful to know. But I'm going to go with the first theory and say it's probably because it's superheated. Anyway, in this pack you do get a weathered variant. I mean they are all slightly weathered, these locos, because like I said, they are goods locos. But you get a really grubby loco, and it is. I love the way. I know it sounds stupid, but I love the way they model the dirt on some of their weathered locos in each pack. I mean, it looks like a proper weathered loco, you can tell that the cleaners haven't had, you know, a morning cleaning this thing because of all the dirt and grime that's everywhere, like by the horns there. Oh, excuse me, by the horns, the wheels, and you know, places like that. Power class 3F. Not great, not terrible, but it does the job. Anyway, that's enough of these beautiful versions of Southern and BR. Let's hop over to the station. So, what else do you get in it? Well, you get the gorgeous goods green, I believe, lined, and oh no, they're all lined. Except one's green, one's black. Now, what I've done here is a bit like the London Brighton locos where you had the Monsell and the Stroudley. You've got the same again. So you've got the Uri, and then you've got the Drummond. So these ones here are what many people say look like the Jumbos because they're kind of identical because they were built by Drummond, hence the chimney, the safety valves and the dome. They just look amazing. I'll get onto this one in a bit as to what I've done with this one. Yeah. So yeah, you got the Drummonds, which look gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I was actually a bit torn on which variant to drive, either the Drummond or the Uris, but I've gone with the Drummond. I'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, it absolutely looks gorgeous in its London South Western goods green, or the I think it's either the Drummond green, I believe. I think I can't. It's stupid. I was like looking at the list of the locos in game, and I was saying to myself, right, I've got to remember what they're called. But as soon as I start recording, it just goes straight out my head. But either way, they look splendid, absolutely gorgeous. Love it to bits. When I saw a bit of a story about that. When I was editing the D1 video, I saw a favourite YouTuber of mine, Dark DJ Productions. He does reviews as well. He's quite good at it. He's sort of inspired me to do all this. Anyway, I saw he released a video with these, and I thought, oh, you know, Caledonia Works have released another logo. So, whilst in the midst of editing the D1 video, I went onto their website and I saw that they had released this that day, which I think was the 23rd, 22nd of February. So I was like, oh yes, another Southern loco to add to my fleet. I was dead excited, and you know what? I still am, because just look at them, absolutely gorgeous, and they go amazingly well with the digital tractions London and South Western coaches that do go with the Adams radial, as well as a few other locos. But it's nice to have another London South Western loco in game. What else to say? Yeah, so I had to quickly. This is me sort of doing a video. I've just finished uploading the cockatiel video. If you haven't seen that, I'll put it in the corner. But yeah. Anyway, this loco. Well, when I said that you can customise the locos, you can customise the locos, but it only happens with specific liveries. So like this version, the Drummond version, you can have up to 5 different smokebox doors. I've added this one because I think it's a bit quirky. Compared to that one, you can have this one where it's just a bit strange. I've never seen that before. I mean, I suppose it helps with aerodynamics. I don't know. I mean, it's very coned. It's very coned compared to those two, which are the sort of originals. But that's interesting. Not gonna lie. I wonder why he designed it like that. Probably because of aerodynamics. I have no idea. But yeah, the versions that's one of them. You get that, but instead of having it sort of unpainted, it'll be painted. There'll be a few others. It won't be that, but you can have it unpainted on the same one. What else? Oh yes, on this version, only the Drummond version, you can change the whistle to I think the Caledonian Hooter. I think I've not tried it yet because I was sort of experimenting on this one. I've only driven that one so far. I suppose I could have driven this one for the review, but like I said, I was torn between the two, so I didn't know which one, and I went for the Yuri version. So I'll have to try out what it looks like what it sounds like with this Drummond version. It sounds, well, I'm assuming it will sound like the Caledonian Hooter, because I think that is the Caledonian Hooter, I think. Anyway, also this one is different compared to the other two, because this one is the Southwestern livery. Yes, it's the same, it's just without the London. Different number plate on the side. Southwestern Railway, same company, but just I believe earlier. Yeah, again, I've waffled on enough. This is the loco we're taking. This is number 678, I believe, was the first one to be built, I believe, when it was outshopped in Glasgow. And then, yeah, what we'll do is take it for a spin up to Highwood. Then I'll hop over to the Wikipedia page, show you around some of the history and all that. And pop over to the manual, and then that'll be it. So yeah, I've got to stop waffling on. Here we go. So I'll load up the passengers. Again, I'm not too great with sort of Victorian head codes, so I'm just going to put a white circle at the top. Got a cab, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I read the manual. I've been reading the manual before I do videos now. These locos have got some sort of advanced boiler where if you set off without putting coal in it, you won't have the best steaming effects. So if I press Control R, which activates the auto fireman, which is a new system they've started putting in these locos, and we'll get it up to between 600 and 650, which apparently is the ideal fire mass for this loco. I'll put the blower on just a tad. Reverser lock does work, so I'll put that in full forward. Open up damper, cylinder cocks as well. There's one thing I've never figured out with a loco that has these. I mean, that must be so difficult to turn on the water taps. They must have just used their feet and just kicked it open. I mean, yeah. Whilst we're here, and we're letting the fire stoke up, we'll have a look at the camera views. So you've got the inside camera view, press left, you've got the head out, got the wheels. Again, it's nice that they have this camera view now. Just notice that's good attention to detail. Small water drip from the one. Yeah, from the water pipe, the injectors. So press L again, you get the front facing of the wheels. There again, there again. You get the drill. It's all the same as the other locos, other Caledonia Works locos. It's just nice the fact that they put these camera views in there, because yeah, it's just really nice. It's just amazing. I do like this loco. It sounds nice as well, but we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, that's a good view. So if I release the brakes, excuse me. Got a blower on. Yeah, so with the brakes on this, when you release the brakes, it will only go to running. You have to press J to open up the large injector, then it'll take the brakes off. It's something different, but it's also quite handy, really. And then you can just press J again. The brakes won't come on, it will just stay in running. Anyway, let's get this train in motion. Get to a good position. So Control G does the shorts, and then space does the usual there. Anyway. to check the route. And it's going where I didn't want it to go. Oh well. I keep forgetting to check the route. Here we are at the end of the road, and that's Highwood, platform 3, I believe. Well, before I close the end of this video, like I said, I'll hop over to the Wikipedia page. You're more than welcome to pause the video. I will be on that page for a bit, so you can read what you want to read, and then pop over to the manual, see what there is to look at, and then I'll end the video. So yeah, let's hop over to the Wikipedia page. So here we are on everyone's favourite page for information. So yeah, as you know, as I've probably shown in the past couple of videos or past video, I do like to go and use Wikipedia to sort of read up on history on locomotives, as well as providing a list of loco numbers, where they were based, when they were withdrawn. But on this one, after typing in my usual, which is like a list of, I always put that into the search engine, and it comes up with Wikipedia under loco. In this occasion, it's not much. It just gives you a table of withdrawals. As you can see, 1957, which is the start of the year. Service at the start of the year was 30, which is pretty much all of them that were made. The only one that was withdrawn was this loco here in BR number. Then none was withdrawn in 58, 59 they withdrew another one, which is this one there, and the list goes on until they've withdrawn what was left of them in 1962. And I have to admit, I do like Wikipedia, because at the very bottom you get all this sort of stuff saying if any were preserved in preservation. Unfortunately, none were in preservation. There is a model, and again, I do have the model, but not the pack it's in. What also I like is that in the references part, it tells you what books this loco is in. So the past couple of times I've done a bit of research, I've often gone down to here, and I've tried to find these books, and in fact I've actually bought the book that is listed here as a 1 and 2, and I'll be having a read once it turns up. But it's always handy to have a look, see if there's any books like this that are for sale or still kicking around. Anyway, up here, a bit of a description of the loco. Obviously I'll pause here for a bit, let you read it. It's not much. There's also an overview. I'll let you read that as well. Yeah, the nicknames were the Black Manor. I don't know why they were called the Black Manor. Sorry, the Black Motor. Black Motor. My apologies. Yeah, it's a bit late for me. Yeah, Black Motor. I don't know why they were called the Black Motor. No idea. Doesn't really go into any details of why they were called that. But the interesting part, which I forgot to mention earlier in the video, is that the reason they look like this is because this is the extended smoke box in which they were given after they were superheated. So this is the superheated version compared to how they used to look, which I showed you earlier, which they look closely. They look closer to the Caledonian jumbos. They also shared the same boiler as the M7s, which is quite interesting, up there. So they shared the same boilers with them. And again, it was another Drummond logo. This is always interesting to read. It tells you every single spec of the loco. So this is the specifics of when it was came straight out of the shop. So this isn't the superheated version that's down here. If you take note of the boiler pressure, it's 175 psi when it was unsuperheated. When it was superheated, boiler pressure was 180. So they've only gone up by what, 5 psi? Not much, but still helps out a lot. Helps out a lot. It's always nice to see pictures like this as well. So there's the 700s and a Q1 sitting here at Guildford Station. And there's the date and all that down there. It's always nice to see pictures like this to get an idea of what they were up to, what they were doing, where they were, and all that. So yeah, we'll hop over to the manual, which is in here. So again, pretty much with every loco you get from Caledonia Works, it's a well presented manual. You get the loco, what it is, introduction, a very great amount of history has been put into this one. compared to, I think, a few of the others that I've seen. Um, just reading over it now, it says here that I think that's talking about the 700, I believe. Very useful goods. Yeah, I'm assuming that's talking about the last one, which is 3697, steamed for the very last time in January 1964, after a lifespan of almost 67 years. That's a long time. That's about 10 years shorter than the D1s, I believe. Yeah. So equally, they had a good life. Obviously, quick drive requirements. You have to get all this. I do like the fact they include a link, so you click that, it goes over to what you need for the quick drives, as well as all the gubbins. Controls. I do like a list of controls to see what there is, what key does what. It's always helpful for someone who hasn't had much time playing the game, so you wouldn't have a clue. Performance mode's quite handy as well. I keep forgetting to mention about that. Every loco from Caledonia Works has this performance mode. So you, I think it's Control P, I believe. So go up to here. So this is why this is handy. Where is it? I think it's Control P. Control R. I think it is. It's one of them. This is down here. Yeah, pretty much performance mode is pretty much as it says there, just to help people that don't have high spec gaming PCs. It's quite handy. It's nice to have. It sort of means that everyone can have it, compared to not just people with high end PCs. Obviously, the new feature, the automatic fireman, is quite a good one. Also, it tells you how to engage it and disengage it, which is Control R. Customization again, always handy to read the customization. So, for instance, if you wanted a particular loco and it had this, that, and that in its certain life regarding to its livery, so I had the Uri condition of the London South Western Railway era, so only I could change the smoke box and the chimney, and obviously the running number. But say, for instance, if I went for the Drummond era, which is the very early version, I could change the smoke box and the whistle, but nothing else. And then, obviously, the BR era was the work plate and a SP. What's SP? Shed plate. So yeah, that's the only thing you could change on that one. Chimney as well on the SR era Uri condition. And again, tells you what head codes you can have. And then you just got all the copyright stuff and people to thank. So, yeah. So, what to make of the Caledonia Works Class 700? Well, it's a really good loco. I love it. I know I'm not very strict with my reviews, but I'm from a person who's played this game a long time. It's nice to finally see more southern stuff being put in the game. So a London South Western loco, especially a 700, which was a freight loco, it's nice. It's an 060 tender. It's lovely to drive. It really is. It sounds fantastic. Looks brilliant. It's an absolute gem. I mean, it's nice as well to have on a branch line. Say, for instance, if you made a branch line and you didn't want a loco that was like a Bully Pacific or something that was small than a Terrier, this would be perfect. You could have it in BR livery, have it with a couple of 2 or 3 Armstrong Powerhouse Mark 1s. It would just look the part. It would look like it'd been there for years. Brilliant. Absolutely love it. Textures, superb as always. I hate it when bikes go past because you can always hear it in the videos. The textures, as always, superb. I cannot find a single flaw with these locos. I've noticed as well a few times with Caledonia Works, they do animate the crank pins in time with the wheels. It's good, but I don't think on this occasion they've done that. But I just love it. I love it. I can't wait to see what other locomotives he is going to do, or they are going to do rather. They're going to do. I have looked at the list on their website. There is sort of a big blue button on their website to say upcoming DLC. And if you have a trawl through the apps, through the list, there's a lot of London Southwestern stuff, a lot of Southern stuff, an absolute ton of Midland, Northern, and you name it stuff. But there was one that caught my eye, which I am going to be dead excited for, because I'm an absolute fanboy when it comes to that loco, and it is the Liverpool and Manchester Lion and Tiger. If you don't know what they are, just put in the Tinterfield Thunderbolt loco, and that's what it is. And I tell you what, if that comes out soon, I will be snapping that up straight away. It's good loco. They always build their locos to a very high standard. In terms of how I put all this, it's as if I can't speak. It's as if Rails of Sheffield, which I'd represent, Caledonia Works, brought out a loco, and then Hornby would bring something out like the Class 66, with the battle between those two at the moment, between the Class 66s. You know, Rails of Sheffield do it better, but Hornby, Hornby are had their day. But these guys, the people I'd say that would be represented by Hornby are people like Digital Traction, companies like that you no longer hear from, because these guys have just come in, built something superb like this, and have just completely blown any other company out of the water. I'm not saying that I won't continue to buy other DLC from those companies, but what I'm trying to say is that I'd prefer to buy stuff from Caledonia Works and other companies like that, just because of the sheer detail and the fact that they're bringing out something that everyone's been wanting for, really. But anyway, as I've said, top marks, textures are beautiful, sounds are superb, absolutely love it to bits. I was dead excited when it came out. So yeah, that's what I think of it. It's brilliant. It's definitely worth £16, or is it £14? Either or, it's definitely worth the money. It really is. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more from my channel, could be locomotive reviews from either Wayside Works, Caledonia Works, whoever, or you just fancy looking at something else, I am planning on doing some other simulated videos, like farming sim, trucking sim, you name it. I will be on there. So yeah, I've been the Southern Lad. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in another video. Okie doke, see you later, bye.